Hello everybody, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to model something similar to this using textures, cubes, and blockbench. And I'm going to teach you guys how to use the bounding boxes and how to put it into Mcreator, how to put the JSON file into Mcreator, and everything like that. There will be timestamps below, so you guys can use those timestamps to figure out what you guys need. Firstly, I'm going to create a new Java block item. Now this Java block item is a block or item model from Minecraft. For modded entity, it's mainly like if you're coding a mod and you want an entity of custom like things. I'm not really gonna get into all of this right now. It's kind of self-explanatory. Generic is like no restrictions. Kind of self-explanatory. But we're gonna go on with Java and block. I don't name it right away, just in case I just model something else. So I just click cancel. But you guys can name it whatever you want. So we're gonna start off with this plane. This is north, south, east, west. Never eat soggy waffles. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna add a cube by clicking up here. Wait, never eat. Okay. We're gonna add a cube by clicking up here. We can add multiple cubes. We can also right click on them and do whatever. There are shortcuts up here, so I'm going to be using these. So now that I taught you guys the basics on all these shortcuts and how to make cubes, we're actually going to make something first. So you're going to want to like use this stuff to, sorry for the interruptions. So first we're going to want to model something. So I'm going to be using these once again. So I just clicked S and we're just going to make like a pebble. It's not going to be too complicated so that I don't have to spend like a long time on bounding boxes, which take forever. So I guess this is going to be our our little rock. Yeah, so I'm making this 0.5. So this is our model right here. This is basically what we need. So pretend we're done. We would click import texture, and then we would try to find whatever we need. So I'm going to do that. You can do that by opening the run or Windows R, going to %appdata%. Don't mind all of this stuff. We would go to Minecraft. We would go to versions, and then we would find the version that we want. It could be any version. Just some versions don't have certain things. Then we would open it in WinRAR. And then we would find assets, Minecraft, and then we would find anything we want. So I'm gonna go for textures, block, and then you can type in here stone. And I'm gonna drag it and drop it into my downloads. Okay, into my downloads, and then I'm gonna open it. So it's not a resource pack, so you're gonna have to physically drag it, or you can just click Control click and drag it on. So yeah, and you can move the texture by doing this, which I'm actually gonna do just to make it so it's not the same thing. So yeah, you can drag around the textures. You can make it however you want. I personally don't like it to be the same thing over and over again. So I don't know, it just feels repetitive. Now for the Mcreator part. This is probably the hardest part in making this, and it's really simple. So I'm gonna bring up my sticky notes, and don't mind this. Alright, so you'd bring up your sticky notes. I have this from earlier, and you guys don't need this. You can actually exit out. So you have to find the most northwest corner, and this is gonna be your minimum. So it's just gonna be your minimum. So you're going to want to click P, or you can just not click P and you can just do it manually by using this up here. And you'd want to find your pivot points. You would keep it, alright, for this pivot point, you would drag the pivot point over here, and you would put it at the most northwest corner bottom, if that makes any sense. If it doesn't, I'm really sorry. But it's the most northwest corner on the bottom. And then we're going to find the same, but on the top right of your model on the top, if that makes any sense. So first we would record this pivot point. So we would open up our sticky notes or anything you'd want to document this on. So it would be 5112. And then we would go down and we would go over here again. We'd move our pivot point. And then we would add 0.5 since it's 1.5 above the ground. And then 8, 1.5, and 5. So this would be our top pivot point. And it's kind of self-explanatory. You do the same thing, so you find the most northwest corner of, I hate when my mind deceives me like that. So you'd go to the most northwest corner, and at the bottom, like this. So this would be 4013. So basically what this does is it tells Minecraft and Mcreator that it's like capturing the whole thing from bottom left to top right. So it's capturing the whole thing. It's the best way I got to explain it. Definitely not the best at modeling. I'm definitely not the best at pivoting. That's why I said this is probably the hardest thing. So 12, 1, 4. So that's it for the pivoting. So now you can go to File, Export, Export as block or item, and you would export it anywhere. I'm gonna name this Little Rock. Yeah. So now I'm gonna go to Mcreator, Resources, Import Texture, and I already have it added, but you would basically find where your stone is saved, and then you would put it in here, and then you have to find your you'd have to find your JSON file. Jesus. You'd have to find your JSON file. So mine would be under my Mcreator, and then models for mods, rocks, Little Rock. And then you would select your stone texture, since it's literally the same texture, save mappings. Alright, so now you would make your block. If you guys don't know how to do that, you click plus, block. And then you would select your JSON, you'd select the stone, and then you'd go to bounding boxes. And since we have 2 sets, since there were only 2 cubes, we would only do 2. And now we have to just put them in. So this would be 5, 1, 12. This would be 8, 1.5, and 5. And then we would go down 1, 4, 0, 13, and then 12, 1, 4. So that's the bounding boxes. Now you can do whatever you want for these. I'm gonna make it a stone vanilla sound set, so it sounds like snow. So now you would save your mod elements, let this Gradle run. Normally I close it, but it's saving everything, so I'm gonna let it run. So now that everything's run, you would click up here and you would have it load. So now I created my world. The graphics are not going to be good because I'm on Mcreator's default graphics. But now if I look up a little rock and I place it down, it should have the exact bounding boxes that I set. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys do have any suggestions, like video suggestions, or any questions, just put them down in the comments below.